You're in for a show here, Gary. I'll tell you that right now.
All right, fighters in the middle of the octagon.
Again, Igor, you'll see how he fights always. He stalks with that left hand, looking for a big right hand opening. Pliev cannot be too shot. He's got to keep his hands up because that is a very dangerous right hand.
Pliev, the smaller of the two men, but he's not tiny by any means. But look at the thickness in the legs and the upper body of Igor Vovchanchyn.
Exactly. They're both only 5 feet 10 inches tall. Vovchanchyn is a little bit thicker. You can see it.
I said ow just now because I felt the pain
from
that
leg
ground
kicks are
kick.
powerful.
Yeah. That was nice.
Igor Vovchanchyn, the kickboxing champion of Russia, a very, very experienced, tough stand-up fighter. As you can see, he alters himself a little bit, though. He doesn't fight purely working off the jab and the big right hand. He doesn't do that because he does not want to make a mistake. You throw out your hand, you don't pull it back, and you're susceptible for a takedown. So no-holds-bar fighting really makes you alter your style if you're a stand-up fighter.
Oh, that's a great, great leg kick that buckles the knee of Pliev.
But you see, Pliev moved in quickly and closed the distance. That's why Vovchanchyn has to pull that leg back quick. He does not want to go to the ground too early.
All right. This chess game continues here in Tel Aviv, Israel. I'm Gary Cruz along with Greg Friedman. This is AFC Championship number 3.
You see Vovchanchyn will use that jab and back out quickly. He doesn't want to go to the clinch too early. Although he's learned some ground skills, he doesn't really train it. He just reacts to kind of what's happening, but he's clearly the better stand-up fighter. That's where he would prefer the fight remain.
I remember in his last fight, he was very impressive and surprisingly so on the ground against the Brazilian opponent that he had, doing interesting headbutts with the back of his head,
yeah.
You know, seemingly in a vulnerable position. So he's a versatile guy that can really he freelances very well on the ground. Good left hand.
Nice.
Real quick left cross.
You see the Sambo fighter shoot in. Pliev, nice move.
A great wrestling move, great takedown. And another one. Let's give him 2 points for the takedown.
Yeah, Vovchanchyn now moving to the back. This isn't really his comfortable position. This isn't what he's used to doing. He wants to punch as a fighter. He doesn't want to leave that leg behind. Pliev now looking, he'll look for an ankle lock. You'll see him, he needs to reach that arm around.
Great call, partner.
Both guys actually looking for the ankle lock. Vovchanchyn, I don't know what kind of skills he's got in there. He's actually holding both the legs of the Russian fighter, which really is going to be a very tough fight. A very difficult move.
You know, with him trying to lock in that ankle lock, I'm talking about Pliev, did you see the look on Vovchanchyn's face? Never changed from any expression.
No, he is.
You would not know if he had any pain or anything.
This is a big opportunity for Valery Pliev to try and finish this fight. It's one of the few ways you might be able to beat this tough Russian fighter. He's trying to dig it in. Vovchanchyn trying to do the same thing. And he's got him also in a decent hold. It's not a great hold. What you'll want to do is straighten out that foot. You don't want to have your ankle bend back. You can see Vovchanchyn trying to put his weight back on the heel of Pliev. Both fighters really trying to do the same thing. Neither one of them being able to achieve it.
No, it's really a standoff at this point. As you see, you're just kind of waiting. You know, the drama of this is you're waiting to see who's going to give first.
Yeah, I don't know if either one of them are. You can see him trying to arch that back is Vovchanchyn, but really doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, he's trained in it. He obviously has an idea, but you have to really be a master in this. You really have to train at this to be able to sink it in, and do it against a guy who knows what you're trying to do.
I think the foot is too deep into the hold. I think he needs to get it a little closer, pull it out a little bit, and get better leverage on his ankle.
You see Pliev leaning up. Vovchanchyn starting to dig it in, so yeah. Pliev moving up. You want to keep yourself close and extend. So now Vovchanchyn leans forward too, saying, I'm not going to get him here either. Into the guard they go. Actually a half guard. Vovchanchyn will hold the left leg of Pliev.
And with the size and the strength of those legs, you got a pretty sure bet that he can kind of keep him right there.
Yeah, it's a very, very difficult position right now for Valery Pliev to get out of. We saw Igor Vovchanchin control great fighter like Costello Bronco in their last fight in Russia, who was one of the, if not the best jiu-jitsu fighters in the world. A nice attempted roll by Igor Vovchanchin. Nice rolls out of it. You'll see he moves to the back. Now he'll try and dig the hooks in.
Again, expect the unexpected. That was totally unexpected. A great athletic wrestling move, an escape by Vovchanchin. And he now is on top. He's going to try and dig that arm underneath the neck. Try and lock in it, but not much success at this point.
He really is an impressive, tough fighter. He knows a little bit of everything, as you can see. There's really nothing that he can't get out of or that we wouldn't expect from him. He will always think of something new to do, and he knows what he's supposed to be doing here. It's not as reactionary as it will be for maybe a jiu-jitsu fighter who trains in this every day, but he clearly is experienced in every style of fighting. You see him trying to dig that arm in. He'll try and go for the choke here. Pliev,
oh, he's got it locked in.
He's almost got,
nope,
he wants to get that elbow under the chin of Pliev and really get a good wrap on that.
Right now, that forearm is under there, and he just can't quite get that arm underneath. Pliev doing a nice job holding him off.
Yeah, doing a nice job of keeping his opponent close to him. He doesn't want to give Vovchanchin any room to really extend his chest out, because Vovchanchin will want to hold that in and then push with his chest and pull with his arms.
All right, both fighters continuing.
Pliev rolling over.
To work right in the middle of the ring. Now, Vovchanchin loves this situation. Watch him try and get a little space between himself and Pliev and then throw some shots.
Yeah, he's a big, big puncher. Exactly right. Exactly what I would think that he would want to do. Right now, he's controlling his opponent. Looks like he's got an arm in there. He's actually got, oh, now he leans up. Nothing really connecting.
No,
off the top of the head.
head.
There's one that slipped in on the mouth.
That was a beautiful shot.
I'm not sure if he tapped. That was it. Pliev tapped out, or I'm not sure if his corner